Hello grade 7 learners, have a nice day. Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'll be discussing to you about absolute value of a number. Okay, what is an absolute value? An absolute value of a number is the distance between a real number and zero on a number line. Remember of the word distance. It is denoted by two bars. So it means that this one is the symbol for the absolute value. The absolute value of a number is always positive. So therefore, we don't have a negative value for the absolute value. If you have this is read as absolute value of 3. And this one also is read as absolute value of negative 6. To emphasize further about the concept of absolute value, let me illustrate to you the absolute value in a number line. Okay, this one is what we call number line. It consists of numbers. We have here 0, the center. Going to the right are positive numbers, and going to the left are negative numbers or the negative integers. To illustrate the absolute value of 3, we have to start from 0. And from 0, since we are asked to find the absolute value of 3, we have to move 3 units to the right. And we have to stop here at positive 3. If we're going to count from 0 to 3, we have a distance of 3 units. Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3. So therefore, we have 3 units as a distance between 0 and 3. That is why the absolute value of 3 is equal to 3. Okay, another example. Find the absolute value of negative 6. It means we have to determine the distance from 0 to negative 6. Since this is negative 6, we have to move from 0 to the left. Now we have to count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have observed, we have also a distance of 6 units from 0 to negative 6. That is why the absolute value of negative 6 is equal to 6. Now let's have more exercises in finding the absolute value of a number so you will be familiar about this. Number 1. What is the absolute value of 9? Of course, it is equal to 9. How about absolute value of negative 9? That is also equal to 9. And how about absolute value of 10? Of course, that is equal to 10. How about absolute value of negative 10? Same. That is also equal to 10. How about absolute value of 0? Of course, the absolute value of 0 is equal to 0. Now, let's have more exercises. This time, we're going to compare number with absolute values by using this symbol. First is greater than, less than, or equal to. Okay, number 1. What will be the correct symbol we're going to place between the two numbers? Okay, greater than. Because the absolute value of 12 is 12 and the absolute value of 9 is 9 and 12 is greater than 9. How about absolute value of negative 26 and 26? If you have observed, the other number has no symbol for absolute value. Now let's try to compare. Okay, what is the absolute value of negative 26? The answer is 26. And we're going to compare that also to 26. So what can you say? They are equal. How about number 3? Absolute value of negative 4 and absolute value of negative 8. What is the correct symbol we're going to place in between? Okay, less than. Because the absolute value of negative 4 is 4 and the absolute value of negative 8 is 8. So therefore, 4 is less than 8. How about this one? Absolute value of negative 16 and absolute value of 16. Now let's try to compare. What is the absolute value of negative 16? Of course, the absolute value of negative 16 is 16. How about absolute value of 16? Also equal to 16. Therefore, they are equal. Now, number 5. Okay, what is the correct symbol we are going to place in between? Okay, you are correct. Less than. Because absolute value of 7 is 7 and absolute value of negative 10 is 10. Of course, 7 is less than 10. And last, if we have here 7 and absolute value of negative 7, okay, they are equal. Why? Okay, we are going to compare. Just copy 7. Absolute value of negative 7, so is also equal to 7. Therefore, they are equal. Okay, this time we're going to evaluate some expressions that involves absolute value. Okay, first, absolute value of 9 minus 6 plus absolute value of 4. How are we going to evaluate this one? Okay, we have to evaluate first terms inside the absolute value symbol. So, for our solution, we have here absolute value of 9 minus 6. So, 9 minus 6, the answer is 3. Next, just bring down plus, and then what is the absolute value of 4? Of course, we have 4. Next, get the absolute value of 3. And what is the absolute value of 3? The absolute value of 3 is, of course, 3. Then we have to add to 4. Just bring down plus as well as 4 and add. So 3 plus 4, the answer is 7. Therefore, absolute value of 9 minus 6 plus absolute value of 4 is equal to 7. Another example. Absolute value of 8 minus 3 plus absolute value of 11 plus 2. Okay, first we have to simplify the terms inside the absolute value symbol. So 8 minus 3, the answer is 5. Just copy the absolute value symbol. Plus 11 plus 2, the answer is 13. Copy also the absolute value symbol. Now, get the absolute value of 5. And what is the absolute value of 5? We have the absolute value of 5 is 5. And the absolute value of 13 is 13. Then, we have to add. So, 5 plus 13, the answer is 18. That is why, in our conclusion, we have here absolute value of 8 minus 3 plus absolute value of 11 plus 2 is equal to 18. Last example. Evaluate absolute value of 9 plus 3 all over 7 minus 1 plus 8. So, for our solution, we have to evaluate first the numerator part. So, we have 9 plus 3. 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. Next, the denominator part, 7 minus 1. 7 minus 1 is 6. Then just bring down plus 8. Next, we have to divide. So 12 divided by 6, the answer is 2. Just copy the absolute symbol. Bring down plus 8. Get the absolute value of 2. And the absolute value of 2 is equal to 2. Then bring down plus 8. Now add 2 plus 8. The answer is 10. That is why the absolute value of 9 plus 3 over 7 minus 1 plus 8 is equal to 10. Hopefully you learned something for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly like and comment if you learned something and have questions regarding the video. Kindly share to other students for them to learn or master the lesson. And please don't forget to subscribe to be updated for more math lesson videos and turn on the bell for notifications. Before I end, let me share to you one of the verses from the Bible. Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1 verse 9. That's all for today, and God bless you all.